Welcome back to Politricks Watch. This is Sir P. Now, the timing couldn't have been better or worse, depending upon which side you see it. But fresh off the video, 44 minutes long, we were mentioned that, as far as I'm concerned, many of the Jamaican people, the Jamaican masses, they don't actually want the results. They don't actually want the change. They just want to make noise. They just want to complain. They just want, get around, sing kumbaya. A big pity party. Because when they actually see change, they rebel against the change that them see. Even though them ask for it. This applies to whether it be corruption, whether it be crime, whether it be the education system. Things that people complain, healthcare, whatever things people complain about in Jamaica. When it actually gets shake up, the same people them start ball say, what that for? What may I talk about? Former Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, Floyd, who is also an MP in St. Elizabeth, was just made to resign. Well, I don't know if he was made to resign or him just choose to resign, whatever. Officially, him resign on his own accord. After a video surfaced on the lockdown day, with him and some of his friends, another politician was there as well, a councillor, and they want to make a toast. I'm going to play the clip, just the audio. Then we're going to answer the question, what's the big deal? Because that's what enough people have said. What's the big deal? What did him resign for? Listen up.
She can do it. Look up Delirium last week. Look, Delirium. No movement there.
Where's the chief?
Post it tomorrow.
Surely, man.
Now, what's hilarious is that at the end of the video here, somebody brought out power. So there's like a lone PNP supporter today. And by the way, understand something, in a real life, the only people who take politics serious are poor people. In a real life, big wigs, politicians, the whole of them are friends. Some of Floyd closest friend them are die-hearted PNP. They make them people cause them to divide in themselves and get all emotional. In a real life, only you take politics serious. To them, it's just business. So, people ask the question, what's the big deal? What that they make the man resign for? So what? So what? I'll tell you so what. First things first, it's bad PR. It's bad PR, not just Theme Party, but Theme Party leader, who is already under pressure. Especially, not so long ago, with the whole tourist boat thing, people are already frustrated, so them lock up in them yard, on a Monday and a Tuesday. Right? Sunday are one thing, but a Monday and a Tuesday, people frustrated, so the 3 little days them what them get. They have to chuck up in every building because the line's so long, because obviously when 5 days turn 3, you have less time for the things. People frustrated because them 5-day work week turn 2.5-day work week. Them income, just call it slashing a half. So when all of that compound, and then on the lockdown day, a minister, we not talk about one little trying to be politician. We're not talking about somebody who just, affiliated with the party. We're talking about a minister, the Minister of Agriculture. Group up, and knock champagne glass. Shower, total PR disaster. The only people who ask the question, what's the big deal, are people who are either friends, family, or fans. I'm not talking about groupie level fans of Floyd. But I'm not surprised. This is how Jamaica works. Jamaican tell us that them burn crime and burn criminals and police to kill criminals, lock them up, give them 100 years, except the people whom I like. if it's my favorite politicians or my favorite entertainer or my favorite social media or my favorite friend, all of a sudden then them say, no, ease them up. Then them say, where you pressure them for? What's the big deal? Then you hear them start the false equivalency. Then warm to doing so, or warm to the man doing so. Simpleton nonsense. We are talking about Floyd Green now. We're not talking about a case or a case. So we're talking about Floyd Green's case. Simon, stay on track. But the man don't want him to all kind of foolishness. You see, in Jamaica, you are more likely to find my unicorn stable than you are to find accountability. You are more likely to find the Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny than you are to find accountability. But telling you, say, when we talk about Jamaica and Jamaicans as a whole, when we talk about nation building, I ask the question why, after 50 odd years, a country where they say nothing near as extreme as what countries like Rwanda or Sierra Leone or these countries that have seen these things and are now recovering and are now on their way to thriving. Right? Low crime rate, economy are grow, all kind of things. Why Jamaica that has never seen anything similar can't do it? There are literally countries that have had entire cities bombed to dust who have recovered, right, and passed out Jamaica. There's countries that have lost up to 1 million people in 100 days and recover and pass out Jamaica. It's not an accident Jamaica the way there. It's not an accident that every peasant, indentured servant, right, from any corner of the world can live for Jamaica. Right, and within 5-10 years, they're at the top of the food chain. You think it's an accident? You think it's bad luck? People get what they deserve. The fact that it's even a question. Why him? Of course he must resign. Floyd Green himself released a video. I go play it. I go play him apology. Check it out.
Since entering representational politics, I've tried to ensure that my work speaks for me. I've approached each task diligently and honestly, and I've treated everybody with respect. I know a number of you are disappointed. I've disappointed my family, my constituency, my Prime Minister, and my country. And for that, I am sorry. I made a grave error of judgment. I was wrong, especially at a time when we are fighting to keep the COVID-19 pandemic under control. And as such, I met with the Prime Minister earlier and withdrew from the cabinet. I know I will have to work doubly as hard to regain your trust and your confidence, but I'm committed to do that and to serve the people of St. Elizabeth Southwestern. I am sorry, and I apologize unreservedly to my family, my Prime Minister, my colleagues, but more importantly, I apologize to the people of Jamaica.
People of Jamaica, I am sorry I got caught. You see, if me I walk through one crowd and I step on a man's shoes, I'm sorry. If me reverse out my car and I never realize it, right, on bike the part this and I'm a bounce it, I'm sorry. If woman come catch me in a bedroom with next woman, I'm sorry I got caught. There's a difference, there are levels to sorry. Floyd Green is considered one of the best and brightest young politicians in Jamaica. Now if you listen to my video yesterday, you already know my views when it comes on to them titles about best and all them things. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. But Floyd Green is considered one of the best and one of the most popular, which is why enough people say why him resign, right? And a big deal. Floyd Green is a very educated man, just like many politicians in Jamaica. On paper, they're some of the most educated people you'll ever meet. Very bright and serve a ticket. You know, old people say surf a ticket. Surf a ticket, right? But unfortunately, surf a ticket didn't really impress me. But instead you will realize I focus more on intelligence, especially emotional intelligence. It governs things like self-awareness, self-regulation. Things that, from that clip we see, were completely lacking. Then when you couple it to the fact say, even though them know say, what them do violate everything where the government say people not fair do. Here comes the camera phone. And I smile and I get a van. I don't know if it's arrogance or downright stupidity. Quick, I could catch this moment on camera even though we do everything we're not supposed to be doing. But how we run things not run we. You see, what Floyd Green is doing now, you know, saying, oh, he's sorry and stepping down and all that. Because that not happen often is why Floyd Green do him doing in the first place. You see, there were 3-4 other examples of Floyd Greens, him wouldn't do that. So in some ways, I guess you could say he's some kind of pioneer, right? Because now, the next set of man them, right, especially them say 2-3 more cases like this, the next set of political leaders, when I go still they move different. Right? And bear in mind, this just happened to get catch on camera. This just happened to get catch on camera. It is very unlikely that Floyd Green is the only member of the government or politician, period, who will do something like this. Very unlikely. Get catch on camera. That's why I say, sorry, I got caught. Enough people in the House of Parliament can't even make too much noise about this because them probably do the same thing and worse on the lockdown day. That's the reality. So understand, just like me said with the other politician from the other party, when leaders lose sight of what it is like for the average Jamaican, for the people in the country where them lead, things like this happen. When thousands of Jamaicans, hundreds of thousands of Jamaicans were at breaking point, no know what gonna happen end of the week, all this I go pay, all that I go pay because they miss out on Monday and Tuesday. Floyd Green, the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, did a knock champagne gas and a shower labour right. It's all fun and games. Why would people in Jamaica not feel some type of way about that? Where the mask the way you say people for wear, where the social distancing people have, where you say the limitation on how much can be kept, where all of that gone? What about the tanning of the yard? Where all of that there? People say, it is upon a hotel property. So, I'm asking a question. So the Big C have a contract with hotels. Clearly, the Big C sign a contract with hotels to say if people bungle up in a half a tree, may go dash little Big C upon them so they can catch it. But if them bungle up in a hotel, then me not go touch them. Can somebody show me the contract that the Big C have with all of the hotel in Jamaica? Because people say hotel was the problem. We never realized the hotel changed, right? The conditions are how people catch and spread the Big C. I'm confused. Show me the contract. You know when I say Big C sign agreement. Hear what me know. Me go affect people at bus stop, at the bus, in the taxi, in the dance. Right. But if it's a hotel, especially a 3-star and up hotel, then me not give nobody in a Big C there, so. Right. Cut the crap. But in a hotel, that don't mean nothing. Isn't the government talking about transmission and prevent? Everything we see in our clip there go against the government attack. So Floyd Green, whether I want to be promising politician, whether I want to be the next Prime Minister, I have to be held accountable, just like every other MP and politician was sitting at the house. The rules them want to set, you have to go live by it. I don't expect the people to live by it. So the decision was correct. I'll give you an example about a story where we did from earlier in the year, but it concerned a British MP, the Health Secretary for England. Look on your screen right now. Now, when I remember a patron sent this to me, I have to go check it out for myself because I said nothing can go so. This too crazy. This man, the Health Secretary for the UK, well he was. This man get catch on camera a kiss, right, him side chick. And you know why him resign and then push him out? Because him broke social distance guidelines. The people them never that upset about the fact say him get catch on camera with him side chick, you know, is the fact say the health secretary who's been pushing social distance even amongst your family, even in your house, right, for me a year, they must say, make sure say your social distance. When him get catch on camera with side chick, right, a kiss up, man have to resign. Now, imagine people that say, well, what the big deal? I just him and one woman in one room. What the big deal? No, you know what? Let me tell you what accountability work. You see, when you set guidelines, set laws, set policies, and then you violate said policies, right, you have to go. That is what happened to Floyd Green as a politician. Even though, right, he's not the prime minister, right, as a minister in the ruling party, right, where I push and I push and I go until people say, don't keep my party, don't group up, don't do this, don't do that. When said minister of said party get caught out like this, the only option is to resign. It was absolutely the right decision. But as I say, in Jamaica, people only believe in accountability and only believe in consequences for people who them not check for. But once people check for, then let him alone. Floyd Green himself tell us, him let himself down, him let him family down, him let him constituency down, him let him prime minister down. Him put him prime minister in a very bad position. Him basically forced the hand of his prime minister. If he say, yo, you have to go step aside, cause it look too bad. This is not even a debate. This is not even a debate. The optics alone. Forget about everything else. The optics alone. Now, with that said, this is still a shallow victory. People act like say, you know, everything is coming tumbling down. I mean, Floyd Green will be alright. I'm sure Floyd Green will be alright. Floyd Green is one of, let me say, one of the younger politicians who people are prepared for the future. He'll be alright. You will see Floyd Green again. Rest assured. Right? His career not done. Floyd Green will continue. He now lose him seat, right? And down the road he might get back another ministerial job. Floyd Green will be okay. Don't you lose no sleep with Floyd Green. Worry about yourself, right, and your family and your neighbor who is not okay. Right? Worry about even your own loved ones somewhere. Mentally they're not okay. Right? The lockdown had them away, big C had them away, too much pressure upon their head, stress upon their head. Right. Better you worry about it. Don't worry about Floyd Green will be okay. Right. A bad day at the office. Right. But as I'm saying on Friday, how do you get fired on your day off? Complete madness. Accountability. People say they want it, but they don't really want it. They want it for people who them not check for. People say them politicians who do this must step aside. As long as under my party or my MP, as long as under my MP, there's always an asterisk attached to it. We want accountability, asterisk. We want criminals coming for the road, asterisk. We don't support corrupt, asterisk. We're against mismanagement, asterisk. There's always an asterisk. The asterisk is make sure, as long as I know somebody will me like. In which case, left them alone, they chat too much about mine. You have to fight against. Floyd Green, enough of the politicians from theme generation. Let me say, very educated people. But When you look on them actions and some of them judgment, you have to really scratch your head. But these are our leaders. We can see a turn out now. Patient squad, look up on yourself. Yeah, you don't know, more life. Vulture squad, stay circling. Bless.